that is somewhere that is this is rotating across this, and therefore due to this torque, restoring torque acting on a particle. Now from in this case we can write that moment of inertia is ml square. Suppose we have a string having length L and a bob is attached to this, and this is the axis of rotation. This is rotating across this. In that case, its moment of inertia is equal to ml square. Now, substituting this value in this equation, we can write that is ml square d2 theta d square is equal to minus mgl sine theta, or it can be written as theta double dot plus g by l sine theta is equal to 0. But sine theta we can write that this is equal to theta minus theta 3 upon 3 factorial plus theta 5 upon 5 factorial and so on. Now suppose theta is very small. This is suppose infinitely small. In that case, very small, we can write sine theta will be equal to theta, or theta double dot plus g by l theta is equal to 0. Now this is again the equation of simple harmonic motion, which we can write omega square theta is equal to 0. Therefore, omega square is equal to g by l, or omega is equal to g by l under root. But omega can be written as 2 pi t. This is g by l under root. From this, we can find the time period of oscillation is equal to l by g under root. Now, in case of a simple pendulum, yes.
So for infinite small theta, we have sin theta equals to 0,
Yes,
not
for
equals to
yes. If we place theta exactly equal to 0, then this becomes 0. Therefore, we are considering that theta is very small. For ideal pendulum, this must be infinitely small. Then it can this is equal to this angle becomes constant. If this is equal to 0, then this becomes theta dot velocity will become constant. Okay, that is not possible. That it can be it is very small. Suppose less than 1 or 2 degree. It lies
sir.
between 1 or 2 degrees.
Sir, we have considered torque as mg multiplied by L sine theta, but we have perpendicular distance equals to L sine theta, mg acting downward, and both have angle of 90 degree between them. So mg cross L sine theta sin 90 equals to 1. तो वहां पे m
Okay.
माइनस ऑफ mg L cos theta आना चाहिए था ना सर.
Okay. समझ गए. There is a problem. We can write like this. This is mg sine theta multiplied by L with negative sign. Okay.
No sir.
Hmm.
As mg is acting downward, and
But okay.
it has from point of एक्टिंग जैसे कि ये ऊपर जहां से ये कनेक्टेड है वहां से इसकी डिस्टेंस L sin थीटा है, परपेंडिकुलर डिस्टेंस
ठीक है.
L sin थीटा. ओके सर.
Okay, देख लेना, इसमें कोई बात नहीं है. Therefore, now in case of a this simple, now suppose we have a simple pendulum, then time period of oscillation depends upon L and G. Okay. For example, suppose I have a pendulum and which is oscillating with some angle this, and again suppose same pendulum oscillating with a larger amplitude. Suppose there is the amplitude of oscillation is small and there is amplitude of motion is more than this. Then what will be the effect on time period? Suppose a simple pendulum, same pendulum, oscillating with larger amplitude, but this angle is not very large. Then what will be the effect? Theta is still small. In that case, if that is the case, then time period does not depend upon the amplitude. Okay, but if suppose the time period does not depend upon amplitude, this is the only case if theta is very small. If, for example, if we consider that this equation, that theta double dot g by L sine theta is equal to 0, and where we can write sine theta is equal to theta minus theta 3 upon 3 factorial, theta 5 upon 5 factorial. If this is sine theta, this is non-linear differential equation. This is non-linear equation. Okay, and if you substitute the value of this, then this is non-linear differential equation. If suppose theta is not small, if suppose theta is not small, theta is little large, in that case, the time period will depend upon the amplitude. Let me write the result. In that case, time period can be written as 2 pi L upon G under root 1 plus 1 upon 16, this is theta naught square, plus 11 upon this theta naught 4 plus 173 upon and so on. If suppose theta is not small and it is sufficient, in that case the net time period of oscillation depends upon the amplitude of oscillation. Okay, if this theta naught is very small, in that case only, if this theta naught is very small, in that case only time period is equal to 2 pi L upon G under root. Otherwise, if we consider non-linear oscillator, then time period, if you plot a graph t up versus amplitude, then it comes out to be like this. It goes on increasing. Okay, therefore with the increase in amplitude, time period will be more will be the angle, more will be the energy and speed, and more will be the time period if we consider the angle of oscillation is not small. If we consider angle of oscillation is not small, in that case the time period will be amplitude dependent. And if you consider that this theta is very small, then time period will be independent of amplitude, and that is known as isochronous. In such situation, we can say that whether the pendulum oscillates with a very small angle, then it is amplitude independent. Okay, isochronous, time period will remain same whether it is oscillating with little small amplitude or little large amplitude. But if amplitude of oscillation is large, in that case, what happens? It becomes amplitude dependent. Okay, therefore we have calculated for a pendulum that this is equal to 2 pi Lg under root. Now squaring both sides, this can be written as 4 pi square L upon G, और माइक बंद कर दो, किसका माइक ऑन है, 4 upon G L, or we can write T square is directly proportional to L. Okay, therefore if suppose I plot a graph between T square and L, then that will be a straight line, and this is equal to L versus T plot. Okay, from this plot we can find out the slope. If suppose this is linear, we can find out the slope. Then this slope will be equal to 4 pi square upon G. Therefore from this we can find out the acceleration due to gravity. From using simple pendulum experiment, we can determine the acceleration due to gravity. Now in case of a simple pendulum, suppose we have a simple pendulum and this is the mass, we have a simple pendulum attached to this. Now in this case, the T is the tension force acting along the string, and there is the oscillation of this simple pendulum due to this tension. Okay, I am writing directly one result, you have to derive by yourself, that if we find the formula to calculate the tension in this this will be equal to mg 3 cos theta minus 2 cos theta naught. Theta naught is the initial angle from where we started the oscillation, and therefore tension can be written like this. If suppose theta is at theta naught, at the extreme position, suppose there is some angle, then it become, if you substitute this value at extreme position, this becomes minimum tension, and this is equal to mg cos theta naught. Okay, if you calculate mean position, theta is equal to 0, then this becomes maximum, and that is equal to mg 3 minus 2 cos theta naught. Now actually, whenever there is oscillation of this simple pendulum across the mean position, then what happens here? Kinetic energy is maximum. That kinetic energy converted into potential energy at the extreme end, then it's again start coming back, its potential energy converted into kinetic energy, then it overshoot this, and then its kinetic energy decreases and its potential energy increases. At the extreme point, again potential energy is maximum, kinetic energy is 0, and so on. There is the oscillation of this, and the net tension acting between the string is actually minimum at the extreme position and maximum at the 0 position. Okay, you have to derive this formula. Now this is we have considered using a Newtonian formulation. Now let us apply Lagrangian formulation on simple pendulum. Let us consider we have a simple pendulum. Again, suppose this is bob and this angle is theta. There is a oscillation of this. Suppose, let us consider this. Suppose this position is A, mean position, this is extreme position which is B, and mass of the bob is M, and length of the string is L, and suppose this we are considering the reference point. This we are considering the reference point. In that case, I can write, if I write AB by L, then that will be equal to theta. Or I can write AB is equal to L theta. Taking derivative both sides, I can write this will be equal to velocity distance upon time. L is constant and this is equal to theta dot. Therefore, velocity of the bob is equal to L theta dot. Therefore, what will be the kinetic energy of the bob? We can simply write kinetic energy will be equal to half mv square. Substituting the value of v in this equation, this is half m L dot square theta, oh sorry, this is not dot, L therefore this becomes T kinetic energy is equal to half m L square theta dot. Now this is the expression for kinetic energy. Now we have to calculate potential energy. Let us suppose this is the reference point. If we consider potential energy above, then we consider positive. Okay, if we consider potential energy below, then we consider negative. Suppose this is the reference point. Bob moves from A position to B position. Okay, then this net height from A position is equal to this. Suppose I have to calculate this height. Suppose this is equal to L, this is theta, then this is equal to L cos theta. This much distance is equal to L cos theta. Suppose this is equal to O. Now this net height I can write OA, net height I can write OA. Suppose this position is C minus OC. Suppose this is the net height, let me write this is small h. Then potential energy will be equal to mgh. Therefore, V is equal to mgh, or it can be written as mg OA minus OC, or we can write mg OA is the total length of the string and OC is equal to L cos theta. Therefore, potential energy is equal to mgl 1 minus cos theta. Now Lagrangian can be written as T minus V. Therefore, Lagrangian is equal to half m L square theta dot square minus mgl 1 minus cos theta. Now this is the Lagrangian for simple pendulum. Now we can determine the Lagrange equation of motion. Therefore, let me write, this is Lagrangian equation, half m theta dot square L square minus mgl 1 minus cos of theta. Now theta is variable, here theta is variable, then we can write d of dt, curly L with respect to theta dot minus curly L with respect to theta is equal to 0. From this we can find out curly L with respect to theta dot, that will be equal to the partial derivative, that will be equal to ml square theta dot. And if you find curly L with respect to theta dot, theta, now here is the theta, we can write this is equal to minus mgl, derivative of 1 equal to 0, minus, and derivative of cos theta with respect to theta is minus sin theta. Therefore, this is equal to minus mgl sin theta. Okay. Now substituting this value, this become d of dt ml square theta dot plus mgl sin theta is equal to 0. Then this can be written as, now taking ml outside because this is independent with temperature with the time, therefore this will be written as theta double dot plus g by l sin theta is equal to 0. If amplitude of oscillation is small, then this can be written as theta double dot g by l theta is equal to 0. This is the same equation which we have derived using Newton's law. Therefore, from this we can write omega square equal to g by l, or we can write time equal to 2 pi l by g under root. Okay. From this equation, again we have derived same result using Lagrange formulation. Okay. Now let us discuss a little bit more about pendulum. Now anyone knows what is the meaning of second pendulum?
Equals to 24 hours.
Yes, what is the meaning of second pendulum?
A pendulum having time period equals to 24 hours.
Time periods equal to 24 hours. Okay. Now let us consider what is the second pendulum. Now we know the time period of pendulum is equal to 2 pi l by g under root. Now substituting the value of 2 pi and g, which is 9.8 meter per centimeter square, and we can solve this, then this will be equal to 2.006 l under root. Okay. Suppose if I consider if time period is equal to 2 seconds, for example, then L will be equal to 1 meter or L equal to 100 centimeter. Suppose if we consider a pendulum having strings length 100 centimeter, in that case time period of oscillation will be equal to 2 seconds. Then this is known as second pendulum, whose time period is equal to 2 seconds. Second pendulum is that pendulum where time period of pendulum is equal to 2 seconds. If suppose time period is 2 seconds, then frequency, if you substitute 2, then frequency will be equal to half hertz. Then frequency of oscillation is half hertz precisely. Therefore, second pendulum is a pendulum whose time period is precisely equal to 2 seconds. Okay. It means 1 second for swing in a one direction and 1 second for the return swing. Total time period is 2 seconds and the frequency of half. This is known as simply second pendulum. Okay. Now let us consider, I am only telling some results and I am not deriving this. Suppose consider we have a elevator. Suppose we have a elevator lift and where we have attached a pendulum. Suppose we have an elevator and we have attached a pendulum here, and this, suppose this elevator is going up. This is going at with the acceleration a. Then what will be the time period? Okay, I am telling only the result. Okay, you can derive if you wish. Now this, suppose there is an elevator and this is going up, and we have attached a pendulum there, and then what will be the time period of this pendulum? Then time period of this pendulum will be equal to 2 pi L upon G plus A under root. If suppose same elevator which is moving downward with acceleration a, if it is moving downward, then this is equal to 2 pi L by G minus A under root. हम इन सारे प्रॉब्लम कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स आगे करेंगे जब इनके बेस पे, इसलिए मैं बता रहा हूं आपको. नाउ इफ सपोज एलिवेटर इज रेस्ट, सपोज द एलिवेटर इज एट रेस्ट, or suppose this is moving up or down with constant velocity with a uniform speed, in that case time period, there will be no effect on time period of oscillation of pendulum. Okay, if suppose this is at rest or moving with constant velocity, in that case there will be no effect on time period of oscillation. Now let us consider we have a car and we have attached a pendulum there. There is a pendulum inside a car, and suppose car is moving horizontally with some acceleration a. Then what will be the time period of oscillation of the pendulum inside the car? I am directly writing the result. In that case, this will be equal to 2 pi L upon G square plus A square under root, and this is again under root. There are two under roots. There is also one under root. Okay, G square plus A square under root and L upon whole under root. If suppose we have a car, which is moving in a circle. Suppose we have a car which is moving in a circle with a velocity v and having radius r. This is a car which is moving in a circle in a radius r with a velocity v. Then what will be the time period of oscillation of a pendulum which is inside of car? Then this will be equal to 2 pi L upon G square plus V square upon R. This is centripetal force acting on this whole square under root and under root of this. Okay, now let us suppose we have an inclined plane. Suppose we have an inclined plane and a cart. Suppose we have a cart here, and we have attached a simple pendulum inside the car. Suppose we have a simple pendulum of length L suspended from the ceiling of a cart, which is sliding over an inclined plane without friction. There is no friction. Then what will be the time period? Then in that case time period is equal to 2 pi L upon G cos theta under root. Okay, in that case this will be equal to this. Let us consider a water pendulum. Suppose we have a pendulum attached with a bob, which density is suppose b. Density of the bob is b, and having time period t1. We have a simple pendulum attached with a bob having density, suppose rho, and time period of oscillation t1. Now same pendulum is made to oscillate suppose in a liquid having density suppose rho L. Then what will be the effect of if suppose a pendulum is oscillating under the water? Then what will be the effect on its time period? Then in that case the time period of oscillation will be equal to 2 pi L upon G 1 minus this is rho L upon this is rho density of Bob, this under root. If you increase the density of liquid, suppose in place of water you take any other liquid, then this term will decrease and then there will be more time period of oscillation. Then T2 will be greater than T1. Okay. Let us consider some other cases. Suppose we have, suppose this is positive charge plate and this is negative charge plate, and there is an electric field acting from positive to negative upward. Suppose this is the negative this is Q. Sorry, this is the electric field acting on a pendulum. Let us consider we have a pendulum and there is a bob of mass m and some charge is given to this bob, suppose positive Q. Then this will be repelled by this positive charge, okay, and the force will act downward. It means the force is acting downward and the electric field acting just opposite to that. It means if a simple pendulum given a charge Q and suspended under an electric field where electric field acting opposite to G is acting downward and this electric field is acting upward, then what will be the time period? We can say time period will be equal to 2 pi L by G minus electric field divided by m under root. So whole under root. Okay. If suppose in that case, if suppose the force is electric field is acting along the direction of the force. If suppose if you change the polarity of these plates, suppose this becomes negative, this becomes positive, then electric field will be from positive to negative. If suppose the electric field is acting along the direction of the G, in that case this will be equal to G plus EQ by EQ, this is EQM under root. Okay. Now let us suppose we have this charge plate, positive charge plate, and this is negative charge plate. Yes, yes.
So why will it oscillate in the second case?
There is a bob. This is acting downward. Electric field is also acting downward. Oscillation is only due to the tension force acting along the spring, along the string. The net tension produced in this, that will change the behavior of the system, whether the time period will increase or whether the time period will decrease, and that depends upon the electric field direction which you have applied on the pendulum. Okay. Oscillation is due to tension. Suppose this is the positive plate and this is negative plate, and suppose this is pendulum and this is the mass of the pendulum, some charge is given to this pendulum and this is acting downward, but suppose electric field is acting perpendicular to the acceleration due to gravity or the force acting due to gravity. If these two are perpendicular, in that case time period will be equal to 2 pi L upon G square plus EQ by M whole square under root. In that case the time period will be equal to this. Now in case of a sample pendulum, which is an ideal concept where we assume that bob is pointless, point bob, we are considering point bob, and weightless string, inextensible string, which is practically not possible. Therefore we are only considering ideal condition. In experiment, if you do some experiment in the laboratory, there may possibility that there will some error, because we are considering every terms ideal, and even there we are considering very small angle, which is not possible. Sometimes when we do experiment in laboratory, what happens, there is more some Bion's force acting on this, some frictional forces acting on this. Therefore, we cannot say that this is ideally exactly correct. Now let us consider one more example. Suppose, for example, I will send you the derivation. I am directly telling you the results. Now let us consider this is Earth having a radius r, and suppose we consider a very big pendulum attached to some fixed support, and suppose its length is L. Okay, let us consider, we have considered a big pendulum uh, attached to this Earth, and this is oscillating. Let us suppose we have an infinite or very large length of a pendulum, and this is oscillating. In that case, what will be the time period? I am writing directly. If we derive, then the time period will be equal to 2 pi upon g 1 by L plus 1 by R under root. If suppose, case 1, if suppose L is very less than R, it means we are doing experiment like in our laboratory, R is very less than R, then 1 upon L is very greater than 1 upon R. Now we can neglect 1 upon R, then this time period becomes 2 pi L upon G, same which we have derived. Okay, there is no problem. Suppose let us consider case 2. If suppose L is very greater than R, length is greater than radius of the earth, then 1 upon L is less than 1 upon R. Substituting we can neglect 1 upon L, then in that case time period will be equal to 2 pi R upon G, this is R, under root. Now R is the radius of earth, which is equal to 6400 kilometer, and G is equal to 9.1 centimeter second square. Substituting this value, then time periods comes out to be 84.6 minutes only. If we consider this in infinite pendulum, then this will be equal to this. And if suppose we do experiment at the surface of the earth, where L